Welcome back, guys, with the Add 10 Gallons Concrete Podcast at World of Concrete 23, and I'm in the FARO booth now with Alistair. He's going to let you in on some of the great technology that they're bringing to the concrete job site to help efficiency and overall precision on the job site. Tell us a little bit about us.
Thanks, Josh. So, yeah, I'm with FARO. We're a reality capture company. We've got a lot of different technologies out there: scanning, 360 photos, mobile scanning. But one of the ones we're really focusing on here at World of Concrete is our flatness check app. What this is doing is allowing a concrete contractor to very quickly scan a slab, whether it's active pour or one that's already been scanned, and then direct that data straight to the iPad. And then the iPad can use this AR view that you're seeing in other technology to really see the slab is truly flat. And in this case, our fake slab here, you can see there's actually an indentation in it that you might not have been able to pick out. But this is a very dynamic approach. It can be used on the job site as the pour is active, and really is leading them down that path of productivity, getting the job right the first time, and accuracy. So John can throw another shovel of concrete right there and move on.
And it's all happening real time, so as you know, as someone's walking past the slab or anything like that.
Yep, but yeah, you're dead right. It's real time, and it's bringing the data right to their fingertips. In the past, this would have taken 3 or 4 days. You'd have done the scan, pulled the SD card out, driven it back to the office, done an analysis, brought it back out to the field, slab's cold, right? So you have to bring that grinder in, get that additional expense. Now he can do it 3 minutes. It's about 3 minutes to go from scan to this analysis, all on the iPad and the scanner.
So it's, aside from not having to use heavy equipment to regrind slabs and things like that, it's, you know, what's your time worth to you?
Exactly.
And the time-saving element in getting this scanning technology into the iPad and presenting it to the user in a way that they can comprehend and make on-site changes. What's driving the efficiency there? Is it the software in the iPad? Is it the software that you guys have developed?
It's both. It's the fact that the scanning is getting faster. It's getting easier to compress the data, so that something like an iPad that's getting better, obviously, can then analyze it, and away we go, right? And then it's the smart things that, if we were to scan this facility, it scans everything, but we're just going to choose to analyze just part of the data. So it's cool little tricks like that let you get this data in their fingertips straight away. And it's also the openness of the concrete world, right? You know, you and I were discussing. The concrete industry is adopting things at a certain rate, right? And this type of thing we're starting to see now with iPads out in the field, cell phones out in the field. It's really getting to a point now where it's a platform that we as an industry and we as a technology user, creator, can use. Awesome.
Well, and obviously the demographics on the job site are changing. Your younger demographic seems to be more tech oriented here.
You got it.
Also, is it an element of adapt or die? I mean, how much more efficient can a contractor be with this technology than in the old school?
You know, adapt or die, black and white, right? I think what we're seeing is there are certain groups that are willing to adopt, and they're doing really well, right? Whether it's the 3D modeling world, the BIM world, other technologies, they're adopting and they're moving ahead. And maybe it's at hard times, like we might be coming up on here shortly, that those types of technologies, these type of technologies that make them more efficient, that's when it's, going to be beneficial. And the other thing that things like this bring is accountability. Hey man, I told you the slab was flat. Right? But now you can print this out. We're going to be coming out with a PDF option where they can print it out or email it and say, hey, I met your standards. So it's all about accountability and that workflow of accountability within the construction site that this type of tech enables.
So what type of minute measurements can this software get down to?
So it's actually more about the scanner. And we're talking about sub 2 millimeters for this scan. And so, on this kind of display, we have to align it, and then there's pixels. So can you get to 2 millimeter on a display like this? Maybe not, but you can certainly see it. But the scanner is about 2 millimeters, so that's what you really need. And if you take the data out of the scanner, take the point cloud, as it's called, to one of our pieces of software like As-Built or Build It, you can analyze at a real accurate level. It's just that we're kind of scaling that back here so we can present the data very quickly in an efficient manner.
And not to put you on the spot here, but I know you guys you're always innovating. You're always coming up with the next best, greatest product to stay on the cusp of the technology innovation that we have in this industry. What's on the horizon?
What's next? Well, I think what we're all about is enabling our contractors and the people who work with us to collect data, right? And we have scanners that go to 2 millimeters. We have another group called GeoSlam that you can take that scanner and walk around with it. It's mobile, it's not 2 millimeters, but it's mobile. And then you can use our 360 photo camera product, Holo Builder, and walk around with it, but it's just photos. But what we're starting to see now is this technology, the iPads are bringing out new technology. So we've just acquired a product called SiteScan that uses the laser, the LiDAR in these new iPads, in the new phones that you and I have. And we create a 3D model of our environment just by walking around and scanning it with it. So you can see I did the truck back there. And that's a 3D model. So we just acquired that company, and it's going to be part of our portfolio, part of our spectrum of reality capture tools. We're not 100% sure how it's going to be used. How would a concrete contractor use this versus this? Its resolution is worse. It's it's half inch or so. But how could that be used? How could he walk around the site when the forms are down and capture it and then pull dimensions, because you can pull dimensions, and maybe that's accurate enough.
Right.
So we're really trying to egg on the market and build the market with these reality capture tools.
Well, let me give you a real world scenario. We didn't script this, by the way, for our audience at home, but recently we have a concrete testing lab, back home. And now that a lot of things are done remotely, we had to pass a safety inspection. So in order to get ready for said safety inspection, our safety department wanted me to literally walk around the lab with a camera phone on FaceTime, and they were pointing out all the little things that we weren't doing right. Some were a little nitpicky, albeit, but they had some good points for other things. But if we had this technology, I could literally make a three-dimensional scan, and their input back to me in order to pass said safety inspection would be way more precise.
Exactly, and the thing is to look at it not just you would use your camera or this. This is on an iPhone, and so one of the technologies we're looking at is as you're scanning, you're also taking pictures.
Right.
So you're reinforcing the pictures, the video that they already wanted, but now they could download this app, walk around and see, hey, we don't like that where the fire extinguisher is.
Right. And
they could actually dimension and pull a measurement from the point cloud and say, if you move that 5 foot to the left, would be good.
That's pretty much what they did.
I can imagine. So so you take that to the job site, and maybe safety inspections, you have guys walking around and there's an embedment protruding or there's a fall hazard, and he's documenting it with his camera, right? Or maybe the Holo Builder 360 photos. Why not document it where you can actually scan it up to the cloud, and the actual inspector can pull a dimension and say, yeah, it's greater than 12 inches. I don't know what the standard is for a fall hazard. The hole is greater than 12 inches, so you need to put a barrier up. But he can dimension it from an office.
Right.
And that's not pulling, what that's doing is one of our philosophies is trying to do as much as you can from the office efficiently, so you don't have to keep going back to the site.
That's right. Yeah. It goes back to what's your time worth.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So I guess what we've understood here is that the possibilities are certainly endless. The technology is getting easier to use. How easy is it to buy? Where do people go to implement this technology in their own workforce?
Well, the best thing they can do is to go to FARO.com, browse around there. FARO does a lot of other things, but if you're at FARO.com, the construction part of it, all of our tech is there, and there's a very easy button that you can let us know. Or you can just email me at alistairwells@FARO.com.
All right, and we will put your contact information on the video as well.
Appreciate it.
Keep it locked on the Add 10 Gallons Concrete podcast channel, and we'll bring you all the cool stuff we're seeing here at World of Concrete. Y'all be good.